Sometimes what breaks a home isn't a storm. It isn't fire, it's trust. This is the story of Heather Morris and James Whitfield, two people who once shared a house, a son, and a dream that couldn't survive the weight of reality. It began with love, it ended with a gavel. Heather only wanted what most mothers want: stability for her child. Her 12-year-old son was happy in his school, so when she decided to move, she made a choice. She let him live with his father just until the end of the school year. Judge Judy's voice cut through the courtroom like steel. "That was by mutual consent, correct?" Heather answered softly. "Yes, ma'am." A tiny flicker of hesitation. She tried to add something, but the judge shut it down with one word: right. And that's how it started. One yes, ma'am at a time. When Heather came back to reclaim her son, James refused. What began as cooperation turned into confrontation. There was a custody hearing. 2 long days, testimonies, tears, lawyers on both sides. Judge Judy summarized it coldly. You had a lawyer. Testimony was taken. The judge made directions. You had a chance to ask for counsel fees. You didn't. You can't do it here. Her tone, final, unforgiving. Heather's response was barely a whisper. Okay. Across the room, James stood stiff, arms folded. He too wanted to claim legal fees, but Judge Judy's hammer swung both ways. You chose not to do that then, so I'm not entertaining it now. 2 ex-lovers, 2 parents, one judge who didn't have time for old wounds. But custody wasn't the fire that burned them. It was the house. Judge Judy leaned forward. The only thing I'm entertaining is your counterclaim for damages to the house. The courtroom air thickened. James Whitfield's jaw set like concrete. He spoke carefully. Each word weighed. She damaged it, Your Honor. The judge asked. During what period of time was she there? Her order of protection was placed on me in August of 2012. She didn't leave until July of this year. Judge Judy blinked. Over 2 years? Yes, ma'am. 2 years. 2 years of anger, silence, and separation, all under one roof. Was the house in your name? It was in both our names. Were you married? No, ma'am. Is it now in your name? Yes, ma'am. She signed a quitclaim deed. Gave up the property back to me. His tone proud but tired. When the judge amended the order, I went back. That's when I found the damage. Judge Judy's voice. You have pictures? Yes, ma'am. When Heather took the stand, her hands trembled slightly. 7 years she lived in that house. Judge Judy flipped through the photos. Piles of junk, dirt, clutter. Well, this looks like cleanup, Mr. Whitfield. There are also receipts for busted plumbing. We'll get to that, she snapped. Why'd you leave it so messy? Heather's eyes filled, not with tears, but frustration. Because when he left, that's exactly how he left it for me. He left the property in worse condition. Judge Judy leaned back. So this was tit for tat? In essence, yes, ma'am. That single admission hung heavy in the air. Do you have photos of how he left it? I have photos of the damage he did when he abused me. Judge Judy cut in, cold and sharp. Listen to me. I only care about the damaged property. You said it yourself, tit for tat. Show me what it looked like when you took over. We had it together, no exact date. When did he leave? 2012. Right, so show me the photos from then. I don't have photographs of that, Your Honor. Do you have receipts for cleanup? Yes, ma'am, the dumpster cost $580.58. I cleaned it myself with a friend's wife. A week's work. Judge Judy nodded, flipping through papers. Okay. Then Heather tried to speak again, her voice small, desperate. Heather had to leave because there was an order of protection, someone added from her side. Judge Judy didn't blink. Another judge heard all that during a 2-day trial. We get one bite at the apple, not two. Your lawyer could have made that argument. They didn't. Not my problem. Okay. It was the sound of defeat. Calm, hollow, resigned. Heather made one last attempt. The house was broken into twice, so maybe some of the damage. Judge Judy cut her off. You told me you left it that way because he left it that way. What break-ins have to do with that? Heather hesitated, then surrendered. Yeah, you're right. Judge Judy's tone softened just slightly. If you'd shown me pictures proving he left it like that, I'd understand. But you didn't. A long pause. Judgment for the defendant. $1,000. That includes the dumpster and your time. That's all. The gavel came down. Sharp. Final. Echoing off the courtroom walls like the last heartbeat of a broken marriage. Thank you, Your Honor. Bird's voice rang out. Parties are excused. You may step out. Heather and James walked in opposite directions. 2 paths, 2 exits, no turning back. Then Heather spun around, fire in her eyes, her voice cracked, raw with fury and hurt. This is what a wife-beater looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Sir, Bird warned, trying to calm the storm. The moment froze, her words still burning in the air. Outside the courthouse, the world looked unchanged. Sunlight, cars, ordinary life. But inside them both, chaos. James stood on the steps, victory papers in hand. He'd won $1,000 and lost something far greater. Heather walked away, shoulders straight, eyes forward. She wasn't innocent, but she wasn't evil either. Just human. Their son, 12 years old, somewhere else, hopefully safe, hopefully unaware of how small adults can become when love turns to war. Judge Judy's courtroom isn't just TV. It's a mirror, reflecting how fragile we all are when emotion meets evidence. Heather and James weren't enemies. They were just 2 people trapped inside the same story, trying to win instead of heal. But law doesn't care about heartbreak. It doesn't measure pain, only proof. As Judge Judy said, we get one bite at the apple, not 2. And that's what this was. 2 people, each trying to rewrite the past. The gavel didn't bring peace. It just brought closure, the kind that stings more than it soothes. If you drive past that house today, it looks normal. A quiet street, fresh paint, nothing remarkable. But walls remember. They remember laughter before the shouting. They remember the child's footsteps before the slamming doors. They remember the silence after goodbye. They remember Heather cleaning the kitchen she once decorated with love. They remember James's heavy footsteps when he came back and found nothing left but echoes. They remember what happens when love turns into litigation. In Judge Judy's courtroom, truth doesn't always heal. Sometimes it just settles the score. And somewhere between the photos, the receipts, and the dumpsters lies what they both really lost. Not a house, not a case, but a home.